Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Very quickly, when I say live, what I mean is I'm recording myself right now in real time, seeing the information, seeing the data for the very first time. In other words, I don't know what's coming next. So if you are looking for a video where somebody's doing a trade recap or talking to with hindsight in their favor, this won't be a video for you. But if you are open to the idea of an unscripted, raw, nitty-gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader and how day trading can play out, then I'm confident you'll find value in this video. So I will pause the recording software for now, and I'll be back at the open. All right, watching 76.50, potential area to get short here on MRTX, meaning I want to see prices go down. So yes, if you're a beginner, you can make money in the markets when prices go down. That is known as shorting, going short. But I first want to see 76.50. Definitely a high risk trade, which is why I'm only doing 150. No way. That's a $1.20 spread right now. No, not going to do it. I mean, you can certainly make some great money on these, but if I'm thinking about getting in at the bid with a $1.20 spread, yeah, 84-cent spread. Now, there's a little bit of a tighter spread right there. I mean, I can deal with that spread, but the problem is it's not guaranteed to stay that close. So, yeah, I'm going to, never mind on this one. I'm going to have to go ahead and pass. That's a bit too risky, and sure, it can work out for you very, very well, but that is a two-sided coin, and I'm not going to deal with it and take on that risk. Now, if I had a cushion, if I was already green on the day, then okay. I'm more so open for discussion, but not within this. What's going on with Meta here? So can't take anything on the, oh, wow. And then Tesla all of a sudden. How's that for volatility? Straight up, straight down. 181, definitely a very interesting level. But yeah, I'm not going to take that now. That thing was just at 183.50, not, minute and a half ago. It's just too much of a chase right now. We'll see if it wants to consolidate out some, but yeah, maybe I should have done it, but again, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I don't know what's happening next. This is live, so, and I do look stupid now because there it went. Keep going down. Already a 50-cent move, but yeah, that's just not what I'm. Yeah, that keeps on going. Well, so be it. 165. Maybe on NVIDIA. All right, I'll go ahead and pause the software. Meta just continuing to drop. So, I mean, no setup is taking place on that one either. A lot of these stocks just going straight down, and very hard to trade those unless you're willing to chase, and I'm not willing to chase. MRTX, keep an eye on this one, seeing if the spreads stay at least a little bit tighter than what they were. And they're still wide, but they're no, when it was, what was that first one? Did I say a buck some over $1 spread? At least now they're not over a dollar spread, and there's a about a 50-cent spread. So that's more manageable. So still may be interested in that one. So we'll see. Yeah, all right, and there's a 42-cent spread. So that's not terrible. But we do have an interesting potential pattern here for him. And okay, all right, now we're getting Tesla's bouncing some, NVIDIA's bouncing some. All right, I really like MRTX, but now that one's going the opposite direction. All right, I'll go ahead and pause the software. All right, going to go ahead and try to get short here at 77.50. I might have missed it, but let's see if I can get some on a back test. There we go, in at 77.50. Came down, popped up a little bit here to fill me. So now I want this thing to come on back down. So again, in at 77.50. And it's just not the fastest of movers, but I'm glad I got filled with the offer, didn't chase on the bid. That helped me out a little bit with the spread. But not just a question of does this move want to continue on down? And I will go ahead and pause the recording software for now just because I don't know how long it might sit here. So if it looks like it's starting to move in my favor or going against me and I have to take the loss, I'll get the video going at that point. But so there we go. Got the bid down to 77.27. So the number I'm watching is right here. I want to see this number just keep getting lower and lower and lower. And that number also, but that's going to be the leading indicator. The lower that gets, then the lower that number should get right there. So, but yeah, as you can see here, just not totally. I mean, it's really kind of doing nothing, which is I understood that going in. So I will go ahead and pause, and I'll keep you updated. All right, this one's starting to move up. Thought I maybe had a chance, and then just like that, bids came in relatively strong. But that might have been the chance, and now it's going to bounce up on me here. I'm not going to totally wave the white flag yet, but definitely not feeling as good as I was just a few minutes ago. So there's a quick little update. I'll go ahead and pause. Okay, missed a relatively solid move. There was a big bid that just got wiped away, and we're at 77.20 on the bid now. So I'm feeling better, but at the same time, I've been sitting in this thing for a long time, and I don't know if it's really going to want to go or not. So I'll give it a few more minutes, but I don't even know minutes, maybe moments, because that was a big move, and it is still just not, yeah. As I talked about that out loud, I don't like it because there was a big bid, and I didn't capture it live, but there huge bid, and then it disappeared just like that, which implied, okay, selling showed up. So at that point, here we go. That's the move I've been looking for. Big selling showed up, and then nothing happened. And now you can see the bid has popped back up. So yeah, finally got the move I wanted. Big bid wiped away in the blink of an eye, and then it still didn't make a move. So, and I gave that thing, I mean, you could probably argue more time than I should have given it. I would not, I would probably agree with that critique. All right, so all that for 18 bucks. And coin. Tesla, I'm so beat down though. Really, it just feels like with most of these stocks right now, just chasing. I'll keep an eye on MRTX to see if it does ever make that move. But yeah, right now, still just doing nothing. And I wish I would have captured that on video. But like I said, it happened so fast, which also is why it had me very, very much so expecting the move, because buyers showed up. Those buyers were wiped away on the bid just like that. The bid came down, and then it did nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to give up quite yet, but this right now just feels like a day where that might be the only trade I made, just because everything else, I mean, Tesla's already beat down so much. That doesn't mean that I can't go down further, but, you know, do I want to try to short again when it's down this low? Yeah. Do I want to try to go long? I don't know. It's been dropping so far, so that almost feels like, am I trying to catch a falling knife? All right, I'll go ahead and pause. All right, watching 4150 here for a potential short. This is more so based off of the 2-minute pre-market chart right there, which is off screen. So watching 4150. Unless this thing just wants to turn around, then I won't get any sort of trigger. But that's what I'm currently watching. I'll go ahead and pause. All right, watching for a short at 177. In at 177.01. Got a partial there. That's kind of goofy. There we go. So still could be a losing trade. Just not as big as a losing trade because I did lock in a small amount of profit, but that was more so about risk mitigation. But let's see if we can get this thing to come down to the 50s. Took off another 50 there, again, just for risk management purposes. So this could still very well be a losing trade, but again, not as big of a losing trade because I'm now down to half position size and I've locked in some profits. But well, at this point, I think if it gets down into the 50s, it'll come down through. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust that down a little bit more. 176.40. There we go. Got those out. So I'm glad I made that adjustment. Still have 100 shares left. 177 will be, in fact, let's just do this. So rest are at break even. So worst case now, break even for the remainder of my shares. So this will be a losing, or not a losing trade. This will be a winning trade, just not sure how big of a winning trade, which is a good spot to be in, right? When you can sit there and be like, you know, the only stress I have in the world right now is how big of a winning trade is this going to be? That's, you know, that's definitely always a good spot to be in. If this thing does hit 176, I will adjust my stop loss down at that point. There we go. So that's close enough now. So now stop. So now I'm making $50 on my remaining shares. Worst case, I'm making $50, which is a good spot to be in. Because this thing is either going to continue to come down or it's going to come back up and put $50 in my pocket. If this goes down below 170, there, no, did not. Did it break one? It did not. Yep, looks like I'm going to get stopped out here, I bet. It broke. Now it's getting a relatively strong candle. But I'd love to be wrong. But like I said, very stress-free spot to be in right now. Not if I make money, but how much money am I going to make? A genuine, fantastic spot to be in. But let's see if this thing does want to come down. Again, if it does break down through 176, I'll adjust my stop loss once again. But I'm not feeling too good about that. I think this thing's probably getting ready to bounce back up. But I'd love to be wrong. Approaching that area. Can it get the move down through? Yep, coming up. All right, I will go ahead and pause, and if it looks like I'm going to get stopped out or if it looks like I'm going to be able to adjust my stop loss, I will get the video rolling. All right, was moving up. And if it goes up over 176.50, I'm out, and yeah, it's getting, was close, then came back down, close again, and out. So, all right, on those last ones made, let's see, $45. But hey, that is a good spot to be in, and I love to be in that spot. And as a trader, that's really what we're trying to do, is put ourselves in that spot where our question is this: not if I make money, but how much money am I going to make? So $107 on that one, which fine. Clearly, it would have been more had I gotten that breakdown and had I been able to continue to lower my stop loss, lower it. I would have made more on that. So yeah, that one didn't work out in that sense, but 161.15. Wow. I got to get this alerted to the chat room. 161. Yeah, that's quite the level there. In at 161.25. Let's see if this thing wants to come down. markets are bouncing on me though. Might have been a little antsy on that one. But still give it a chance. See if it wants to make that move. Way too slow, so I'm out. Way too slow. Oh boy, but look at Tesla. That's a nice setup. 177. 177.50. That's 150. Do I want to go break even? I mean, I'm not even that much up that much right now. Yes, I am talking to myself. I think I might just call it good. Clearly not a very... things just didn't go my way, right? And it goes back to that whole first Tesla trade. I was positioned. I was ready. I had shares. If that thing was going to continue to bleed and bleed and bleed, it did not bleed. It completely bounced up against me. So that $107... And I think maybe to an extent that NVIDIA trade was a little bit of a, not an anger trade, but a little bit of a disappointment trade that I didn't quite get the move in Tesla. And, so I went and tried to get NVIDIA, and I'm watching NVIDIA off screen, and that thing's, kind of starting to bounce back up. I think deep down I knew that, which is why I was watching that one with a very, very tight leash. But, yeah, we're almost an hour in. I usually try to be done after 30 minutes. I'm already 22 minutes ahead, over when my general goal is. So, I think I'm just going to take the $145 and just move on with it. I mean, let me keep things in perspective. I mean, I don't know of many places in the world where you can make 100. We'll call it $135 with commissions, $135 in less than an hour. I mean, I would never go up to somebody that makes even, $25, $50 an hour and say, I made $135 in little under an hour. I'm not very happy about it. I wouldn't do that because that would make me sound like a very detached, greedy savage. So, not really my morning. Not how I had hoped for things clearly to go. But on the, if I'm being just very objective with myself, I was positioned right. I had myself prepared on Tesla to let that winner grow and grow and grow. But as you saw, it didn't want to grow for me. It decided to snap back against me, and still made money on it, but just not as much money as I could have made. And then, NVIDIA, I'm glad I had a tight leash on that one because you can see it is now completely snapped back upwards. So that was, like I said, the setup was fine. The setup, it's not like I just randomly did that. It was there, but I think in the back of my mind, I knew I was getting maybe a little antsy. But as you can see here, as the price goes up, I was right to play that one very, very tight. But Meta, oh Meta. Do I try to? That's a nice little bear pennant hair. But the markets are very, very beat down right now. Markets are very easily could bottom out. Look at all those lower shadows. So you know what? I'm going to just call that good, especially when I combine that with the fact that I try to be done after 30 minutes, and I'm 24 minutes now above what I would normally do. So I am going to go ahead and just call it good. And yeah, sometimes you just got to know when to call it good. And in this situation, for all the reasons listed, I'm just going to call it good. Didn't quite have it. I was positioned well on my one Tesla trade. Just didn't go in my favor. Then I'm looking at the market, and the markets could very well be bouncing now, which means any of these trades, I'm trying to think from the short side, wouldn't work out. But I'm not confident enough to go long, right? Because that would be a fair question. Well, Clay, if you think it's going to bounce, then go long. There's a lot of downwards pressure out there. So it feels very 50-50 to me as a trader. And I'm not a gambler, I'm a trader. And if something's 50-50, that means you don't have any edge. And I'm not here to make trades when I don't feel as though and think as though I have an edge. So for all those reasons, I'm going to call it good. And sometimes that's, as a trader, that's what you got to do. You got to just know when to call it. And I'm calling it here for, like I said, all those reasons. So if you enjoy these live trade videos, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. And let me know, would you be good with making $135 in an hour? Like I said, to me, yes, absolutely. If I think about what the minimum wage is, if I think about even somebody making $50 an hour, I'd never go up to that person and complain about the $135. But that's where I'm going to end it. So yeah, if you take one lesson from this is within your strategy, within yourself as a trader, you got to know when to call it. And in this situation, I'm calling it. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Hit that like button, leave a comment below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'd love to have you do that. Take care, everybody. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.